Hi, this is Zak Mir with the Bulletin Board Heroes on Share Talk for Monday, the 23rd of July. And we're on fire in terms of a couple of the recent highlights on Bulletin Board Heroes. First, Angus Energy, where we bounced from around 5p up to this resistance line at 7.5p, looking for an end of day close above that level, or above that feature rather, to head to take the stock up to the 200-day moving average area at 11p. Stop loss at this stage back below the 50-day moving average at 6.23p. Alba also in focus, currently the second highest riser of the day. Looks like the job has been done there, really not much to say. We had that V-shaped bull flag. We're looking for a break of 0.45, which we got on Friday, and then hitting the top of that broadening triangle at 0.63 earlier today. So we'll come back to that when there's something else to talk about. Stock which a lot of people are talking about still is ARC Minerals. Seems to have captured the imagination. Beautiful little chart here with this mid-move consolidation. We were looking for a clearance of the 5p level to take us up to 6.5, and on our way now. Hopefully by the end of the week we will hit that. Stop loss at this stage back below 5p. So another very encouraging situation there. Personal favourite of mine for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. EggTech, but here we've got a stock which gave us a decent turnaround at the end of May. Slow drift higher, really, I suppose you could say, but always above the 50-day moving average now at 0.79, which is the main plus point. While we hold above a penny, which was initial July resistance, looking for 2p, which would be the top of that March rising trend channel. Moving along to stock which I've been eyeing up for a few days, but was too scared to press the button. But it looks as though FastForward finally delivering the goods. We had one of my favorite and more obscure signals, which is 50-day moving average crossing below a rising 200-day line. In many cases you can buy just at that time, which in this case would have been a 12p entry on FastForward. But going by more conventional means, we've broken above the 50-day line at 14.3p and gapped through the 200-day moving average at 15.6. The gap through the 200-day line, very significant technically, and suggesting that we should at least head back up towards the top of this rising trend channel from the beginning of the year at 24p. Stop loss conveniently back below the 50-day line at 14.3p. Another stock which has been in the background but never forgotten is Highlands Natural Resources, and a very similar looking setup here to that we've just seen at FastForward, but breaking through the 200-day moving average at 23.5p, and looking for wide open spaces and a retest of the 35p autumn highs for Highlands. Best case scenario targets highs 45p over the next 3 months. Stop loss probably back below 22, 21p, something like that, with initial July resistance for Highlands. Slow burn situation at Ncondezi. I was gushing about the chart a couple of months ago. It seems to be going reasonably well. Ideally, you'd want to see 10p broken to speed things up a bit. 10p being a bit sticky in terms of resistance over the past, 2-3 years now. So above 10p, looking for 17, 18p and beyond over the following or coming 2 to 3 months. Stop loss at this stage back below the 50-day moving average, 7.77p. On to one of last week's big winners, a #1 riser by a mile in terms of Ocuio. Here we've got the shares coming back towards Friday's support just below 3.83p. So that's a stop loss at the moment. The big plus point here was the gap to the upside through 3p, which remains unfilled. And while it does, one would be looking for a retest of the best levels of last week at 8p. So very simple chart there, probably the simplest you'll see here on Bulletin Board Heroes. But if it works, we are happy. Finishing off with a stock which should be on the list in terms of potential rises or breakouts over the next few days. Falling wedge formation here for Redt Energy. We need to break around 5.5p to get everything going there. High of the day so far, 5.19. So if we break that, then we could eventually skip higher and retest the May resistance area and the 200-day moving average at 7.64p. Obviously the stop loss at the moment back below 4.5. That's it for me. More updates at the same time tomorrow.